Chapter 6. The Murder of Magnus Mortuga.
I know thy task is grave, but use a gentle hand, for we are frail and fragile souls.
Fine.
No promises.
Who is it? How? Why?
We'll get to it.
What's the holdup? We're all here, aren't we?
You have been inside my cabinet of curiosity.
Hi.
How did you know?
The guilt is written on your face. You refuse to meet my eye.
Sorry, everyone. I know this isn't ideal, but it's the safest way to make sure.
I can't say I like being locked inside the submarine.
You feel like you might want to try to escape?
No more than usual.
You couldn't escape even if the foredeck hatch was open. We're floating in the middle of the ocean.
Ah, but what if I've chartered a rescue helicopter?
Have you?
No, but what if?
Right.
You say you've solved the mystery?
Yep, all wrapped up with a bow.
Impressive. What now? Dramatically point at the culprit? Ha ha, it's you, etc.
That's not normally our standard protocol, no?
Sounds fun.
Maybe it should be. Sounds fun.
See?
You know, we really do have the perfect setting for this. In terms of literary tradition, I mean.
The parlor?
It's textbook!
Oh man, I thought you guys were like gone.
It's only been an hour.
I'm not sure Dirk's developed object permanence yet.
Hey, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna assume you're being rude.
Never. Report.
So, what are we looking at? Do you have the murder weapon?
No.
Kinda?
Right, kinda.
Cynthia, maybe you should have fired them.
No, look, listen to me. Mortuga was killed by the mechanism of the iron bell. It lowers onto the cauldron and they fit together. It's a big mechanical lock.
Right, and there's this little metal thing wedged in the side. It's not part of the iron bell itself,
Blah 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 blah
but in and
blah.
out without ever opening or closing the bulkhead door.
So, the murder weapon... It's a necklace?
Felicia Stonetop's necklace.
And it's still missing.
Right, apart from a small fragment that snapped off and was left in the iron bell.
And Mortuga was killed because he tried to take something out of the cauldron?
Take what out of the cauldron?
It can only really be one thing. The one thing that all of this has been about.
What was Mortuga keeping in the cauldron? The mermaid's tongue.
The mermaid's tongue.
Aha.
I think she's nearby, waiting for one of us to act.
The mermaid's tongue? It's the mask that was stolen from my room.
The veil is thinning. We are near to it.
I still don't understand. Is this the murder weapon?
You're asking for trouble, you know that. Don't say I didn't warn you.
To think, Mortuga had such a thing hidden in the submarine this whole time. I thought I knew all about Mortuga, but this mask thing? I don't know. I feel like maybe I missed the memo.
I don't know. I got a feeling something bad is about to go down.
Yeah, probably. The mermaid's tongue.
The mermaid's what?
It's a kind of ancient artifact. Mortuga found it on a sea voyage years ago.
Right. The same voyage captured on this film reel and depicted in this bottle.
Captain Felicia Stonetop and her helmsman, Magnus Mortuga. They went off into the ocean on a ship named the Dearest Selena.
And came back with a mermaid's tongue.
And that's what Mortuga kept in the cauldron?
But it was empty. It's been empty since we discovered the murder.
Quite right. If this mermaid's tongue came out of the cauldron, where's it been this whole time?
Well, we found it in Dr. Zephyr's cabinet of curiosity.
Did you? Fascinating.
But what is it? What does it do?
Information is in the caretaker's journal. Open. Mermaid's tongue.
This is the correct clue, but we need to choose.
Alright. Read. Mermaid's tongue.
The mermaid's tongue, said to facilitate communication with she who lies beyond the veil.
Requires a special key to operate. Huh.
A key? What kind of key?
Wait, facilitate communication? What does that actually mean?
It's a translator. When worn over one's head, the mermaid's tongue allows you to commune with the mermaid. Thus the name tongue, referring not to an appendage, but to the language spoken by the mermaid.
How nice.
Anyone gonna tell me who the mermaid is, or...?
Well, image of the mermaid. There are two I can think of. The figurehead.
Nope.
Not the figurehead. One was a painting, the other one was kind of a photograph. The painting, her painting.
That's not right.
No. Her painting?
So there's a painting, painted by Selena Stonetop, we think.
And a photograph taken with a submarine's underwater imaging system.
And, why would you need a translator to talk to her? She's not local, or what?
She speaks a language none of us could understand. It is said that attempting to commune with her without harnessing the mermaid's tongue would drive one mad.
But how does it work?
Nobody knows.
Nice. Convenient.
It is a powerful and priceless artifact.
Oh, it's powerful, all right. Look what it's doing to all of you.
I don't know, guys. I'm not sure if I'm buying into this thing. Kind of just looks like some grody old leather mask.
Because it's not complete.
That's because it's not complete.
How do you know?
So this image here, it's a photograph of a drawing. A cropped photograph, too. The good news is, we've got the real thing.
Upper part of the image. Wait. Two parts to make a complete image.
That's not it.
No. No. No.
That's not it.
No. I mean, the other half of the image. Can't even get back right now. Cool. Treasure?
That's not right.
Painting. Cornelius Kane?
Well, that's not right.
No. Photo?
That's not it.
But look at the mermaid's tongue.
That's not it.
It's for the other half, I know. The eyeball key?
Nope.
The buoy?
That's not it.
Message in the bottle?
That's not right.
No. Next to the helmsman?
Nope.
Case file?
That's not it.
Tablets. We'll just go through everything again.
That's not right.
Try and shoot
That's not
method.
right. That's not it.
Let's draw everything out.
That's not right.
Everything at it.
That's not right.
Not the paper.
That's not right.
Here. No.
Nope.
Is the other half of the picture? Model?
That's not right.
The ship?
That's not it.
I hit. Ah, right, that just undoes that. Oh, rip scroll.
That's not it.
It's the two halves of the scroll. And where's the other half? There's the other half. Right, the coral.
turns out, the ocean map shows what it's supposed to look like.
So this, the eyes. The eyes are these gems, and the hat is coral.
Oh, sure, just help yourself to the stuff in my personal treasure chest. I don't mind.
That antenna, is that coral? It looks sharp.
It is, and it's hard, like crystal. I'm pretty sure it explains the scratch marks in the cauldron.
But why did Mortuga keep it locked in the cauldron?
Because direct sunlight would have destroyed it.
Because direct sunlight would have destroyed it.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
But
that's not
why
it.
did Mortuga keep it locked in the
It wasn't.
cauldron?
He wanted to keep it hidden from everyone.
Because he wanted to keep it hidden from everyone. The mermaid's tongue being on board was a secret Mortuga was keeping. The cauldron was covered by the sailcloth and locked in the storeroom, and Mortuga wanted to keep it that way.
It's true. When he saw my poster, he told me we had to keep the cauldron covered up.
Why the cauldron, though? Wouldn't it have been less conspicuous if he just kept it in a wooden crate or something?
Keeping the mermaid's tongue in the cauldron wasn't something Mortuga came up with himself. Even before he ever found it, it's just where it's always been kept.
The evidence been? It's been the black box. Open the film reel.
That's not right.
No. Fine. Where's my film projector? Use tape 3.
That's not right.
No. Not. That's in there. Old drawing or diagram. There?
That's not it.
No. Old drawing or diagram. Is it just in here?
Nope.
No. Scroll. Oh, it is here. Oh, yeah, there it is. The egg-shaped thing.
There it is. See? In the cauldron, beneath the iron bell, beneath the wooden buoy.
But that was a long time ago. How do you know the mermaid's tongue was still in the cauldron at the time of the murder?
Well, Tadpole told us about someone she saw on the aft deck shortly after the murder. She described it as a demon, with a single horn and glowing eyes.
The culprit, wearing the mermaid's tongue.
Right. We figured they'd just taken it from the cauldron after killing Mortuga.
So the culprit knew about the mermaid's tongue? Knew what it was? Knew how to use it?
Definitely.
But Mortuga never really told us about any of this. How did the culprit know about it?
Because they were the third person on Dearest Selena voyage.
Because they were the third person on the Dearest Selena voyage.
The third. Wait.
I think she's nearby.
Okay, it's the same lines.
The third person?
In addition to Magnus Mortuga and Felicia Stonetop, I assume.
Right. It was a crew of 3, not 2.
And what evidence have you collected to support this?
Evidence? Let's see.
The film reel.
Mortuga's film reel.
Now we busted out. The thing I pointed out before. The door.
This is the right clue, but let's be specific.
Wait. Oh. The opening of the door.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Spooky.
Let's see.
Audio recording of Mortuga opening the black box.
The audio recording of Mortuga opening the black box.
What recording is this?
I really don't know why you're here. This doesn't concern you. Even if it does, it is wholly unrelated to our unfortunate voyage.
Is talking to the third person from the voyage.
Mortuga is talking to the third person from the voyage.
Is he? I only hear the one voice.
Explains the nature of the audio recording of Mortuga. It is the radios.
Before it reached Mariana's pipe, the audio was transmitted from the cabin to the control room by these radios. Only they're faulty, or one of them is, at least. It turns itself on and off every few seconds. The cadence happened to line up with the conversation, so you only get Mortuga's half.
Huh. That's quite the coincidence. Personally, if I'd written that, I'd feel guilty.
There are more things in heaven and earth, Mr. Werman.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The ship in a bottle?
The ship in a bottle.
Model of Selena Stonetop. Or the ship in the bottle rattles when you shake it because a model of someone else is stuck. It's hidden inside the ship.
The ship in a bottle rattles when you shake it because a model of someone else is hidden inside the ship.
I knew there was something in there. Someone in there.
Well, there we are. Quite a bit of evidence as it stands.
All right, but does any of that tell you who it actually is?
Potentially, yeah.
Ship in a bottle rattling when you shake it.
The ship in a bottle rattling when you shake it.
Wait, the model person inside the ship? There's a way to work out who it is?
I can think of a way.
Let's do it with logic and reasoning, shall we? First, we'll compare the ship in a bottle with Mortuga's other wooden model.
Let's look. Model town.
The model town. What about it?
People who aren't in the
The
town.
people who aren't in the town.
What do you mean?
Mortuga and Felicia aren't in the town because they're on the ship. Selena too, I suppose, since she's the figurehead.
I don't think they're who she's talking about.
It's important to remember that the model town is specific to Mortuga's life. When adding the model figures, he only included people he had dealings with. And he only detailed the buildings he was familiar with. The rest are just generic blocks. With this in mind, there's someone else who should be here, but isn't.
Is it Grip?
Mortuga made a detailed model of Grip's shop. It's not a generic cube like everything else.
Which means there should be a model of Grip himself. But it's not there.
But why would Mortuga include Grip in his model town? Did they know each other?
And if they did, how did Grip end up going along on Mortuga's ship?
Evidence. So then coming in on the voyage is the leather? No. Oh, that one. The basket of the dealing. Zephyr's leathers? No. Cornelius Kane?
Nope.
Evidence of that. The map?
That's not it.
Not the leathers.
That's not it.
Indeed.
That's not right.
No. Which one is it? Ah. Message in the bottle?
Nope.
No. Playing a game of everything again. Typewriter?
Nope.
Rocky Ocean map. Oh, yeah. The service record sticker again.
There's a sticker on the back of the map. It's a service record from Grip's shop. Mortuga hired Grip to interpret the ocean map, which he did. But Grip didn't ask for payment in money. Instead, he asked to come on the voyage.
This isn't proof. Not really.
Well, there is one thing we could...
Do it. If you don't, I will.
We take the box. Smash. And look. Open.
Mr. Grip being on that ship isn't actually evidence that he murdered Mortuga. What about the murder weapon? What happened to it?
Right. Nor is this evidence that he used the mermaid's tongue. Wouldn't he have needed that special key?
He has both the murder weapon and the key.
Grip still has both the murder weapon and the key.
It's in... Gosh, where did it go? The compass. Just thinking, there's the murder weapon right there. Grip has... the necklace, key, and needle, which is both the murder weapon and the key for the mermaid's tongue.
I guess this is it.
The Wayward Navigator, Chapter 7. Whew.
You get 10 minutes. Then it's my turn.
What are you going to do?
Actually, it might be better if you don't answer that.
His countenance shifted. The mask dropped, and truth stands bare revealed. He looks terrified.
He stands exposed at last, and witnessed by no less than a full court of his peers.
Yeah, well, we kind of backed him into a corner. Literally.
I wonder, is it bravery or surrender?
Accepting that your world will render. Nothing.
Fascinating, but not wholly unexpected.
Oh no? You had it sussed out?
To a certain extent.
You could have told us. Saved us some time.
And what if I'd been wrong?
What do we do? What do I do? Should I put him in the brig?
There's a brig?
I was thinking maybe we could use one of the bunk rooms. We could lock it from the outside.
Let's cross that brig when we come to it.
Sally!
Sorry.
Ah, the villain reveals himself. Another classic literary trope. Let me guess, he's about to monologue about why he did it.
Probably.
I'd be disappointed if he didn't.
Yeah.
What happens now? We call the cops or what?
With what?
Well, the cell phone... Oh, yeah, no signal, huh?
Voyage aboard the dearest Selena.
Plot the unplottable, chart the unchartable, measure the unmeasurable. A hollow promise, such feats belong not to mortal hands. But after years of fraudulently offering this to others, I began, in earnest, to yearn for it myself. A quiet desire to journey into the unknown, to quantify it. A lifelong coward, I could never convince myself to act on it. I tell myself as an excuse that I never had any kind of opportunity to act on it. Until one day, I did.
What percent of the group with an opportunity to act on his desire to journey into the unknown? Handwritten letter. No, not that. The, ocean map.
Mortuga sought me out, sought out my services. Not because we were friends, but simply because I was the one with the skills to interpret that inscrutable map of his. Sensing an opportunity at long last, I refused financial payment for the work. Instead, I asked to be brought along on the ensuing voyage. Mortuga was surprised by the request, but he ultimately agreed to my terms. Such was his desire to interpret the map. The work was done, and so we went. Despite my bold intentions, I mostly found myself sheltering within Felicia's cabin during the voyage. All the while, she and Mortuga stood around on deck looking windswept and heroic, far more at home on the sea than I. Regret reared its head. Regret over inviting myself into their world. From within the cabin, I sat and listened to their conversation. Felicia was telling Mortuga what they were looking for, what they were hoping to find.
We're gonna find on the ocean voyage the wooden buoy,
I mean, I get it, but that's...
the mermaid's tongue.
Did Felicia know what it was before she found it?
Somehow she did. Her description to Mortuga was thus: a mask worn over the head. It facilitates communication with an ancient being of eternal mystery.
That's really how she worded it?
With the right contraption in your pocket, even the great unknown may be quantified and calculated. And here it was. Not a map, not a compass, but a communication device. A translator. Besides knowing what it was, Felicia also knew how to find it. How its location in the ocean would be marked with a wooden buoy that glows with green light. We waited. Night fell. But before long we were indeed signaled by this very light, and the buoy was sighted. Mortuga hauled it up, pulled it all up, right onto the deck. It was heavy, but he was strong.
What heavy thing did he pull up? He pulled up cauldron.
The bell and the cauldron locked together to form that single shape. Mortuga went to unlock it by himself, but Felicia cautioned him against it. She warned that it could be dangerous to stand so close, as the mechanism would be surely powerful. And so they unlocked it together, taking a handle each. Felicia took the mermaid's tongue from within the cauldron.
Did it have the coral and the gemstone eyes?
Yes, they were attached.
And what about the necklace?
Felicia had it around her neck.
She'd come prepared, clearly.
Did she use it?
Yes, I watched her do it. She used the necklace key to wind up the mermaid's tongue and placed it over her head. Felicia spoke through the mask. Her voice was changed. The mermaid was summoned. Entranced, I rushed out onto the deck and leaned over the side. Mortuga clambered up to the wheel in an attempt to steer us away from harm. The mermaid reached out and grabbed the wheel.
And Mortuga's right shoulder?
Yes, of course.
His fingerprint mark.
Mortuga held fast, but a portion of the wheel broke off and fell into the ocean. With her other hand, the mermaid grabbed the mast, almost snapping it in two. The ship buckled and I was thrown off the side into the ocean. I was underwater, but I was held in place by a hand, her hand. She was speaking to me, but it was a language I could not understand. I wanted so much to understand. Sensing the disconnect, she let go. A moment passed, a lifetime. I became vaguely aware that I was about to drown, but I didn't want to leave. At this moment, the broken piece from the ship's wheel floated up in front of me. By its intervention, I was reminded of my earthly existence, my life beyond this singular moment. I was overwhelmed with a cowardly desire to return to the surface, to see the sun, to live, to breathe. I grabbed onto the broken wheel and let it carry me up to the surface. The mermaid was nowhere to be seen. Neither was the dearest Selena.
Wait, the wood from the broken wheel.
Eventually became Cornelius Kane.
It eventually became Cornelius Kane.
Correct. It has been my earthly tether. The feel of the wood in my hand, a tangible reminder of that desire I once felt to live and to breathe.
But what happened? Weren't you stranded in the ocean?
Somehow the currents carried me back to the Silkworm coast. I took the broken wheel piece back home and fell into a deep sleep.
So the same stuff.
You get 10 minutes.
Actually,
Creation of the Mortuga submarine.
After I awoke, I went looking for Felicia.
Not Mortuga.
No, Felicia.
Felicia had been the one wearing the mermaid's tongue.
Felicia had been the one wearing the mermaid's tongue.
Correct. Given what I knew of its function, I surmise she may have understood what the mermaid had said to me. I went to the Stone Top Inn, but Felicia was not there. I searched through the empty building until I came to Mortuga's room. I was encouraged to see that he had at least retained the wooden boy and the iron bell. Mortuga was in his bed, asleep. He looked ill, weak. I woke him up. I asked him about the mermaid's tongue. What had happened to it? Where was it? At first, Mortuga said nothing. He merely looked at me. He told me that he and Felicia had locked it away in the cauldron and thrown it back into the ocean. He said they'd kept the wooden boy so that nobody else would ever be able to find it, and they'd kept the iron bell so that even if someone was to come across the cauldron, they wouldn't be able to unlock it. I was horrified to learn this. My only chance of summoning and communicating with the mermaid lost beneath the waves. Or so I thought.
Did you ask about the necklace key?
Mortuga hadn't mentioned it, and I did not ask about it. At that time, I simply assumed it had been left in the mouth of the mermaid's tongue and thus would be in the cauldron. I demanded that we take the dearest Selena back out on a second voyage to recover the sunken cauldron. Mortuga said it was impossible. For one, the dearest Selena couldn't recover it from the bottom of the ocean if it was not attached to the boy. And secondly, Felicia had decommissioned the ship and it was being taken apart at the shipyard. In explanation, Mortuga handed me a folded piece of parchment.
It was indeed.
It had inscribed a note from Felicia. She was to be leaving town immediately. She did not say where she was going. Mortuga told me he had slept through Felicia's parting visit. He was distraught over it, heartbroken. With a desperate look, he asked me if Felicia had also come to visit me on her way out of town. I told him yes, she had. Mortuga's eyes opened wide.
Did she say where she was going? I must know. I have to know.
I told him yes. Yes, she told me where she was going and she'd given me the address. His eyes widened further. Give it to me.
I need to know. I'll go after her.
I told him I would, in exchange for the mermaid's tongue. Mortuga told me again how it was impossible.
There's no way. It's lost. You need to let it go.
I didn't want to hear it. I left the inn still clutching the deeds. I went down to the shipyard and spoke with Donovan Drummond. He had begun taking apart the dearest Selena. I inquired about purchasing Drummond's unused submarine, a Seafoam submarine. He told me he would be willing to part with it, but it had never been finished. In order for it to be seaworthy, it would need several new parts that would take a long time to build. However, I was determined to find a solution.
You offered to buy the dearest Selena instead. Or both. You offered to buy both.
You offered to buy both the Seafoam submarine and the dearest Selena.
Correct. I suggested we could use parts from the sailing ship to finish the submarine. Drummond merely asked how I was going to pay for 2 vessels. I showed him the deeds to the Stone Top Inn. He accepted it as payment.
Is the inn really worth as much as 2 vessels?
Perhaps not. But in truth, I think Drummond was glad to have an excuse to part with them. Besides, I knew all too well the allure of a worthy challenge. A chance to put one's skills to their fullest. Indeed, the task of combining the two incomplete vessels into a single seaworthy one was highly intriguing to him. And so, it was done.
But if you commissioned it, why was it called the Mortuga submarine? Who painted that on the foredeck?
Drummond did. He didn't want it to say Seafoam any longer. Too many painful memories.
But why Mortuga and not Grip?
Because Grip paid for it with the Indeeds, which were in Mortuga's name.
Because Grip paid for it with the Indeeds, which were in Mortuga's name.
Right. Drummond assumed I was merely acting as intermediary for Mortuga, the true buyer.
Did you tell Mortuga what you'd done?
I told him of my intention to return to the ocean in a submarine I was having constructed. He wasn't happy about it, but the submarine took months to complete. That was enough time to convince him to come with me and help search for the Mermaid's tongue.
He only came with you because you were pretending to know where Felicia had gone, and you were withholding it from him.
Correct.
What were you going to do if and when Mortuga realized you'd been lying to him?
It was worth the risk. There was no question of leaving the Mermaid's tongue at the bottom of the ocean.
But it wasn't lost in the ocean. Mortuga had it the whole time.
Correct. As I had lied to him, he had lied to me.
A gathering of hapless travelers.
Mortuga smuggled the Mermaid's tongue onto the submarine before we left. He didn't want to leave it behind, but he didn't want me to know he had it.
Smuggled? How?
Get it by Zephyr's leathers.
Mortuga sent me a letter, inviting me to join him on the submarine.
Grip, did you know he'd done that?
Mortuga told me he was going to bring somebody else on board. An old friend, a collector of occult curiosities who might be helpful. But I didn't want anyone to know what we were doing, or what we were looking for. I told Mortuga not to mention me in the letter.
I followed Mortuga's instructions precisely. I arrived in Silkworm and went into the Stonetop Inn, where I found the locked cauldron. I placed it among my possessions and ventured onto the submarine waiting in the harbor.
We departed. Zephyr thought he and Mortuga were the only two souls on the ship. I stayed hidden for a week, before staging a balloon crash and pretending that Mortuga had rescued me from the ocean. That way I was free to move around the submarine in view of Zephyr, but he could dismiss me as a hapless traveler picked up along the way.
So, to begin with, it was just you three.
But it didn't stay like that for long.
It didn't.